DOKJA received a message that really surprised him. A very creepy anime appeared in the subway. At that time, the police alone were unable to solve the problem on the train. Then came a man trying to calm. Who is this figure? Then imagine you're trapped on a broken bridge, surrounded by deadly threats. In this episode, DOKJA and his colleagues struggle to survive amidst an increasingly difficult scenario. With the help of mysterious constellations and never-before-seen abilities, will they make it across the bridge or be trapped in despair? Imagine waking up in a destroyed world, where survival is a game and every step could be your last. In this episode, we witness a fierce confrontation between DOKJA and Yuk. As secrets are revealed, alliances are tested, and the fight for survival reaches its peak. Take a deep breath, because this scenario is very controversial. Because DOKJA is caught in a dangerous crisis, racing towards the underground station that might be the only safe place, but she finds something even more terrifying there, a human being more dangerous than a monster. Don't miss this thrilling episode, where every second counts and every decision can be deadly. Huh. For real, that's the end. He continued to pay attention to the sentence. In a public vehicle. Then he fell silent thinking about it. 3 ways to survive in a broken world. I'm DOKJA. I present myself to people by saying this, but most people have the same misconception as the following examples.
Oh, you're an only child.
It's true, but I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, then what did you mean?
That's what people often say to me. Then he explained again, my name is DOKJA, DOKJA. My father gave me this name so that I can live as a strong person even though I'm alone. However, because of my father's naming sense, I have been living my usual life as a lonely unmarried man.
Oh, I see, said the man.
DOKJA continued the story. In short, this is me, DOKJA, 28 years old, graduated from a 3rd-level university in a rural area, currently working as a contract worker for a large subsidiary company. My hobby is reading web novels every time on my way home from work. However, today is a little different from my usual journey.
On the way back, a woman suddenly said, "You'll get sucked into your mobile phone at this rate."
Then DOKJA looked at the woman and said, "You Sangha, come from human resources."
Then Yu Sangha asked, "Are you on your way home?"
Oh, hello, yes, how about you? DOKJA said.
Then Yu Sangha replied, "I'm lucky. The department manager went on a business trip today."
Then DOKJA was silent and said in his heart, "Didn't expect that I would meet you Sangha, the most popular woman in our company, on the subway. She smells good." "Do you always take the subway?" DOKJA said. Then DOKJA answered her own question silently, starting from the deputy manager, HR Kong, and finance manager Han. I'm pretty sure that many men from the company who offer her a ride home every night.
Yu Sangha asked, "Someone stole my bike. Did you see?"
"Do you come to work by bike?" DOKJA said.
Yes, I've been working a lot of overtime lately and not exercising enough. There's also some business that's been bothering me, so it seems like a good idea," said Yu Sangha.
While staring at her face, DOKJA said to herself, seeing her up close, I'm beginning to understand the feelings of men who have had their hearts stolen. Anyway, it's none of my business. Yu Sangha is someone who lives a different genre of life from me, different from mine. Oh, and for your information, the reason today is a little different from my usual trip is not just because of Yu Sangha.
Then DOKJA saw Yu Sangha playing with his mobile phone, and it turns out, "Puede prestarme dinero, huh?" Spanish for, "Can you lend me some money?" Yu Sangha said.
Then DOKJA noticed him and said, she's even learnt on the way home, we really live different lives. Then DOKJA said, you are very diligent.
And Yu Sangha asked, "By the way, what are you reading so diligently? DOKJA see?"
Then DOKJA put his mobile phone out of Yu Sangha's sight. Oh,
Then Senga interrupted the conversation. Is that a novel?
DOKJA replied, yes, you can say that I learned Korean.
Wow. I love reading novels too, said Senga.
I've read Murakami's Haruki Raymond Carver, and of course you have, said DOKJA.
Then Senga asked, who is your favorite author? DOKJA S.E.
Then DOKJA replied, you wouldn't recognize his name even if I told you, haha. Indeed. My hobby is reading web novels at home after work. DOKJA stared at his mobile phone as he continued to explain. However, it's a bit embarrassing to say it to others. Anyway, the reason why today is a little different from the usual night is because of a fantasy novel that I've been reading for 10 years, 3 Ways to Survive in a Broken World. How to survive, in short, it's over today. You may ask me, what is so important about the ending of a novel, but this novel means a lot to me. Chapter after chapter has passed. I've been reading this novel since 3rd grade. Even when I was bullied at school. When I failed the entrance exam and got into a 3rd-tier university in the countryside. When I had drawn a number and was sent to the cursed front line. And when I got into a big subsidiary company as a damn contract worker, forget this talk. The emptiness I feel with the ending of this story, and the satisfaction of witnessing the end of the story, today, is the day when the epilogue of The Way of Survival is released. This fantasy novel reaches 3,149 chapters, a novel that I have been reading for more than 10 years, from adolescence to adulthood. This author took more than 3,000 chapters of a novel that only has an average view per chapter of 1. There are 1,200 views for chapter 1, about 20 in chapter 10, and 12 after chapter 50, In other words, this is a novel dedicated to me. Although I would like to donate to the author, a man living alone on a limited salary does not have the freedom to do that. Therefore, I wrote a comment to him with words from the bottom of my heart. I tried posting this novel on the recommendation board, but I only got insults, even though the story is quite good if you are patient and keep reading. Such unreasonable people.
DOKJA S.E. said Senga while being astonished.
Oh, come to think of it, it's been a year since we joined this company. Time really flies. Had to change the topic when things got awkward, said DOKJA.
Then Senga said, that's right. At that time, we both didn't know anything, right?
Indeed, I still remember it like it was yesterday, but the contract period is almost over, said DOKJA.
They laughed together.
Then DOKJA said, I had forgotten. Senga had been recognized for his contribution and had been promoted to a permanent employee.
I am, said Senga.
Then DOKJA said, oh right, I forgot to congratulate you. I apologize. Maybe I should be more diligent in learning other languages.
Then Senga replied, that's not true. DOKJA S.E. There is still a performance review, and...
Then DOKJA said in his heart, I hate to admit it, but Senga is amazing. If the world was a novel, then the main character would be someone like him. That's obvious. I'm not trying hard, while he's working really hard. I'm reading a web novel while Senga is studying. That's why it's obvious that Senga will become a full-time employee, while I'll have my contract terminated.
Senga was silent and said, DOKJA S.E.
Yes, if you don't mind I can show you the app I'm using, said DOKJA. DOKJA also looked at you deeply. If my life had a different genre. I mean, if my life genre is realism. But instead fantasy. I could have become the main character. They were still on their way home.
DOKJA S.E. Senga was very surprised.
It's okay Senga S.E. said DOKJA.
Senga sighed. I don't know.
Then DOKJA said, however, what I know is, even if you show me the app, it won't change anything. The genre in my life is unmistakable realism. And that in this genre, I am not the protagonist, but the reader DOKJA. A reader DOKJA has a life DOKJA.
Yu Senga was very surprised and said, "The life of a reader. You really said some interesting things, DOKJA. SSE.
Yes, DOKJA said.
Then I guess I'm living the ivory life, Senga," said Yu Senga.
Huh.
Then Yu Senga said, "I will imitate DOKJA, SSE, and remain filial in my life."
Oh well, at least everything is quiet, said DOKJA. DOKJA checks his mobile phone. He received a message, at a time I could never have guessed, says DOKJA. A message saying, "Thank you very much." Then DOKJA was surprised. Could he be the author of How to Survive What Will I Experience Soon? DOKJA continued to read the message and reply to each other. DOKJA was shocked. How to survive winning the competition. Then DOKJA continued to reply to the chat. What the world is about to experience. But seriously, does survival mode win the competition? I wonder if he'll give me a 50,001 culture gift card, would be nice. It's here, the prize is here. Until 7 p.m. at night, it's 6:55 p.m., so I have 5 more minutes, right? Let's see, open my favorites and, that's weird. Has there ever been a case where they deleted a novel to make money without telling the readers? DOKJA was silent. What? You was shocked. Suddenly, kick, what's wrong? A terrorist attack. Yuck, all the passengers scattered at that moment. The terrorist attack came so fast that they attacked the bus they were traveling in. But the car kept traveling. Are you right, Yu Senga S.E. DOKJA said.
Yes. What happened? Yu Senga was very scared.
Then DOKJA answered while continuing to stare at her mobile phone, and did not care about the incident. Don't worry, it's probably nothing to Sari. DOKJA instantly stopped talking as he looked at the clock. It's already 7 p.m., which is the news that we've been waiting for. I happened to be watching when the clock changed, however, it was 7 p.m. Monetization, said DOKJA. Suddenly, an announcement for all passengers, everyone, run.
What? DOKJA? SSE? What exactly? Yu is so scared.
DOKJA was silent for a moment. All the passengers are rushing to get out. Everyone looked at the man, as well as DOKJA, then he said, "The free service of Planet 8612 system has been stopped. The main scenario starts now." Instantly my life genre has changed, said DOKJA.
The moment it appeared, someone shouted, "It looks like DOKJA."
DOKJA fell silent.
Everyone inside the train panicked. Well, no way. Subway trains often stop on the tracks, so it's not surprising.
The familiar opening scene of the novel kept popping into my head, said DOKJA. However, that's not possible. There's no way that can happen, right?
DOKJA, said Yu Senga.
Then DOKJA was surprised. What? Then DOKJA said, logically, there's no way that could happen. It's impossible but.
Look at that, said a passenger, and everyone looked at the door of the train.
Then Yu Senga asked, "What is it?"
That can't be it, said DOKJA. A small object with a crane appears, but it looks like a doll, and it's a DOKJA. DOKJA was very surprised. And so were all the passengers on the train. The moment when fiction and reality overlap perfectly.
Then DOKJA spoke.
Everyone is immortalizing it. What did he say?
Is this argumented reality?
It's so ugly.
Then DOKJA said, but does anyone else besides me realize the importance and gravity of this situation? It must be DOKJA. In the world of How to Survive aka, there's a way to survive in the world of runners. This is DOKJA, who started never ending. But this can't be impossible, tragedies and disasters.
It sounds like Spanish. Should I try to speak it? Said Usanga.
Then DOKJA asked, do you know what it is? Are you asking him to lend you money?
I won't, said Usanga.
Did you hear me correctly? It's so annoying to deal with. The Korean patch doesn't work properly, said DOKJA.
Everyone, can you hear my words clearly? Said DOKJA.
Hey, what are you doing right now? Said the passenger.
Ha, said DOKJA.
Are you filming a film? I have an audition to attend, so I have to leave soon, said the passenger.
Then the DOKJA said, aha, audition. Look, I didn't know there was an audition at this hour. Ahaha, looks like we didn't investigate properly. I was told that most people would be compliant if we started monetization at 7 p.m.
What are you talking about? Said the passenger.
Then DOKJA said, now, everyone calm down, sit down and listen to me. I have some very important information to deliver right now.
Someone got annoyed and said, who cares, get the train ready. You don't own our operations, so stop this. How will you compensate us for this disruption?
Then a child said, Mom, what is that? An anime?
Then all the passengers went berserk and said, no doubt. This is a development I know.
Then DOKJA said, I have to stop them. But how are Usanga don't move a muscle?
Huh.
Everyone was making noise on the train. Then DOKJA laughed and said, haha. You're so noisy. I told you. To stay quiet.
How? Passenger said.
Suddenly there was someone with blood on his shoes. Everyone was surprised to see so much blood. The blood was scattered.
Then DOKJA said, it's not a film shoot. Lower than a dream. The scary image of the DOKJA and the amount of blood everywhere. Or a novel. And not the reality you've been living in, do you understand?
Then DOKJA said, he was right, this is all real. The part of me that won't believe this situation. It became eerily silent as this subway car became a bloodbath.
Then DOKJA said, everyone, isn't your life fun and peaceful so far?
Everyone fell silent.
You were born and didn't pay to breathe, eat, defecate, and procreate at will. Ha, you really live in a wonderful world. But those golden days are behind us because nothing is free forever in this world.
All the passengers were annoyed and fell silent at DOKJA's words.
Are you asking for money? Said DOKJA. Someone came staring at the DOKJA angrily. Then DOKJA asked, Usanga isn't that the Han manager of the Ministry of Finance?
You're right, said Usanga.
It turned out he was a manager, so he said, if you ask for money, I can give you all the money you want. Oh, please look at my business card, this is me. So, how much do you want, this much, or double?
So you mean you're going to give you human money? Said DOKJA.
Then the manager said, if you let me out of here, I can give you as much as you want. Money, that's good, plant fiber that is mutually agreed upon by humans, the manager said.
Then DOKJA refused and destroyed the money. It worked, nothing can be bought with money.
Ha, the manager is very emotional.
Then DOKJA said, but that only applies in your space-time continuum. That tiny piece of paper has no value in the macrocosmic world, I warn you. If you act like this again, I will blow your brains out.
Instantly the money disappeared in the manager's hand.
Ha, your debt keeps piling up if you keep blabbing like this. Well, instead of explaining it 100 times, it would be faster if you get the money and see for yourself. Suddenly, the DOKJA flew away quickly. Everyone was watching.
The constellations have entered, said the passenger. Hal, what is this? Said the passenger. A passenger panicked and locked eyes with another passenger.
Then DOKJA looked at the light screen. He kept waiting for it. Then came the sentence, the male scenario has arrived. The main scenario, killing one or more lives.
Then DOKJA said, then, good luck everyone.
Please show us an interesting story.
Instantly DOKJA disappeared.
Then they all fell silent.
Police, Yu Senga called the police and said. They didn't answer what to do. What should we do?
Then DOKJA said, Yu Senga, S.E. calm down. Yu Senga, S.E. You've played the game made by the development team before, right? A game where the world was destroyed and only a few people survived.
Then Yu Senga was surprised. Pa, what are you talking about?
Then DOKJA said, think of it like this. Right now, we are in the game.
Game, said Yu Senga.
Then DOKJA said, simply, all games have rules, right? You just need to follow them.
Rules? What is it? Said Yu Senga.
We need to find the out from now on, said DOKJA.
Yu Senga felt very scared at that time.
Then, with a blank stare, DOKJA told me, the DOKJA that is stretched out is the antenna. The corpses are scattered like rubbish in the compartment. Trembling office workers covered in blood. The old woman praying in her seat. I still can't believe it, but I can't doubt my eyes anymore, really. I have to admit it to someone. When someone goes berserk, open the door, anyone, open it with a hammer. I don't know why, but one thing's for sure. A new way of survival that I've been reading about for over 10 years has become a reality and is happening before my eyes. Thinking of what I have to do to survive in this new world. Kill one or more lives. Suddenly a man came and said,
Everyone, please calm down. Take a deep breath and stop everything you are doing. Have you calmed down? Please listen to me for a moment. As you know, in the event of a national disaster, a small disturbance can cause a large loss of life, which is why I will now take control of this situation.
Then someone on the train asked, What? Who are you? National disaster. Don't lie to me.
Then the man said, I am, while showing his identity. I am an Army lieutenant serving in Unit 6502.
Lieutenant, he's a soldier, said DOKJA, looking at the man.
Then the man showed his mobile phone to the train passenger and said, I received a message from my unit earlier.
Then the passenger read it and said, Shit, national disaster. Mr. Soldier, what the hell is going on? With great emotion, the passenger asked such a question.
Then the soldier replied, I've tried to contact my unit, but... Instantly the passenger interrupted the conversation.
How about a blue house? What are they doing? Call the president right now. Then who is controlling the situation? Said the passenger.
Then DOKJA said, National disaster. This is not surprising considering the situation.
I apologize, but I'm just an ordinary soldier, so I don't have a hotline to the blue building, said the soldier.
But I gave it a surprise for another reason. For the safety of all the colors of the country, said the soldier.
Then DOKJA said, Lieutenant Lee Hyun-sing. I know about him. It's the first time I've seen his face, but his name is firmly fixed in my mind. He is one of the important supporting characters in the way of survival. Even characters from novels appear. But was Lee Hyun-sing introduced like this in the novel? No, as the only survivalist reader, I am sure of this. Lee Hyun-sung's first appearance was not like this. I believe he appeared after the end of the first scenario. Then what happens now? Shit, if I could reread How to Survive, I could know, but the Prime Minister made a speech. That's really a level 1 national disaster.
Then Yu Senga said, DOKJA. SSE. to all my citizens.
On a number of TV news, one of them was, in an unspecified number of areas that include Seoul, unidentified terrorists are active and on the move. The government will mobilize all means and methods to fight against terrorists and...
Then DOKJA said, as I suspected, I know the content of this speech. Terrorism, right? It would be easier to think of it that way. Now that I've actually listened to it, it sounds really ridiculous.
Then all the passengers asked questions. But why did the Prime Minister make the speech instead of the President? They said that the President had been killed. What? Really? I'm not sure. It was written in the comments, idiot. Then it must be fake. Of course, it wasn't fake, and immediately, the passengers said. Suddenly, hiya, kyak, bang, all the passengers' mobile phones scattered. The Prime Minister is...
Everyone couldn't see clearly because their mobile phones fell out because they looked very surprised after seeing the news incident.
Everyone, I told you. It's not something as simple as...
Yu Sanga and DOKJA were still watching the show on their mobile phones. Then Yu Sanga said, "Do you still not understand? That won't work. Does this situation look like a game to you? True, according to the data, the citizens of this country are skilled in playing games. Then why don't we increase the difficulty?"
All passengers pay attention to the time. The clock shows 20 for 22. It suddenly became 20 for 21, that's. Then 23:19, the remaining time has decreased. The current remaining time is 10 minutes. Main scenario 1, kill 1 or more lives. Time is running out.
All the passengers continued to wonder what was happening and continued to make noise on the train. As an additional punishment, if the first murder does not occur within the next 5 minutes, all lives in the carriage will be exterminated. What's up with that? Is this a joke? Didn't you hear the message? You heard it right, Mr. Soldier. What do we do now? Why aren't the police coming? Everyone, please calm down and listen.
Yu Sanga and DOKJA fell silent.
Then DOKJA said, right, everything happened as I expected. This is definitely the same event that happened in the way of life. But the anxiety I'm feeling right now won't go away. Supporting character Lee Hyunsung appeared, so why hasn't that person turned up yet? According to the stories I know, he should have appeared by now.
Hike, a passenger was surprised and said, "There was a murder in that compartment. Kyak, block the door, don't let them in here. We need to block. There's blood on the train door." Arg, when passengers want to block the train door suddenly. What is this? Something transparent appeared in front of the door.
System renewal. All types of access to the carriages will be restricted until the scenario is completed.
DOKJA is watching live on his mobile phone. Suddenly, DOKJA said, "Haha, interesting things are happening somewhere while others haven't done anything. Okay, this is a special service for everyone. I'll show you what will happen to all of you if nothing happens in the next 5 minutes."
Then the passengers looked at the train's TV access information and said, "How? Isn't that a girl's high school uniform?" Kyak, the students scattered.
Instantly, the system provided information that the time limit has expired. Payment settlement will begin.
DOKJA was annoyed.
Then all the passengers watched what really happened. Kyak, save it, ak. Open the door, open it. No. Kyak.
The sky, that is, all the passengers were very surprised. Huh?
Ag. The woman continues to strangle. She did not remove her hands from her friend's neck. The fight between the two of them didn't stop there.
All passengers were very surprised by the incident.
Suddenly, the fight was over.
Channel survivors.
The girl was dying with some blood on her face.
Information notice, Taipeng Girls High School, class to grade B.
DOKJA, that's the woman's name.
Taipeng Girls High School, class to class B, DOKJA.
DOKJA appeared and said, "What do you think? Isn't this fun?"
DOKJA looks very upset. She lifted her leg, wanting to go to the DOKJA. Everyone was speechless and shocked at the whole thing.
Shit, what is this? What the hell is all this? Said the passenger.
Senga was silent.
Likewise with DOKJA, they were both very confused. Then DOKJA said, "This is strange. Why hasn't that person shown up yet? The events that I remember in the novel, and the events that I didn't realize were happening right now. The only way to break through this situation is to reread How to Survive. But damn, it's still not available because it's so unpopular, there may not be any illegal copies online." DOKJA was surprised to see the contents of his mobile phone and said, "No, it's not. Wait a minute, don't tell me. No way, right?" DOKJA looked very surprised. 3 ways to survive in a ruined world. She felt very unhappy that. Until finally, DOKJA rolled his eyes to make sure that he wasn't looking at what he was reading wrong. Then DOKJA said, "Did you really send me a copy of the novel as a gift? Isn't this some kind of illegal distribution? Everyone who survived the way of survival has exclusive attributes and have the ability to use exclusive skills. Like a game. Attribute window, it would be good to learn the characteristics of these attributes and skills." The attribute window appears. What? Attribute window. Attribute window, has this ever happened before? If I can't check my attribute window, I will not know what attributes and skills I have. DOKJA was silent as he stared at his mobile phone. Forget it, let's open the file first. Your reading speed has increased due to the effect of your exclusive attribute. DOKJA was very surprised. What, is that the effect of my attribute? It took me less than a minute to read the first half of How to Survive. But thank you for that, or finding it. In the novel 3707. Then DOKJA looked at the door of the train, it was 3807. Then he said, "It's 3707, I found the source of my anxiety. The reason why the development is slightly different from what I know is because the compartment I am currently occupying is the compartment at the back. The compartment occupied by the protagonist. Wait, is that really what happened to the people in compartment 3807 in the novel?"
DOKJA SSE. Shouldn't we stop them? Said Senga.
Then DOKJA looked back and said to herself. He looked through the blurred window in compartment 3807. It's too late, there's no avoiding it. To survivors. Ah, shit, who said you could escape? I feel like shit now.
It looks like someone is arguing.
Won't you shut it down? He is Kim Namwon. Please save me. I have to go, said the victim.
Kim Namwon continues to torture the person. Then Kim Namwon said, I already know who the 2 survivors are. Did I tell you to shut up? Senga will most likely die.
Senga looked very scared and surprised to hear that.
Only 2 people survived. Other than those 2, everyone here will die. Including me, said DOKJA.
What are you doing? Someone tried to obstruct Kim Namwon's actions and said, How dare a brat like you treat an old lady like this?
Manager Han Youngo, said DOKJA. Howd. Kim Namwon looked at her with great emotion and said, Hey, parent, do you want to die?
What? The manager said.
You don't seem to understand the situation, said Kim Namwon.
What kind of nonsense is that, brat? The manager said.
Then Kim Namwon pointed at the information screen. Did you see that? Save me. Die already. You still don't get it. The army won't come to save us. And we have to kill someone, said Kim Namwon.
What are you talking about? Said the passenger.
Then Kim Namwon said, we must choose someone to kill. I already know what you're thinking, old man.
Killing fellow citizens to survive is something only animals do, the manager said.
Then Kim Namwon said, and you're right, but does that apply in this situation? It's out of our control. We will die if we don't kill. Who will blame us? Think well. The world you know has just ended. And the new world needs new laws. Then DOKJA said, Kim Namwon, the young man who adapts the fastest to the world's ways of survival. He's the one who drove the car through that gap, said DOKJA. How long are you going to watch? Do you all want to die? Kim Namwon said. And destroy their vague sense of morality, said DOKJA. Kim Namwon said, "Oh fuck, I don't care anymore."
The man was very upset by Kim Namwon's treatment.
If the first death doesn't happen in the next 5 minutes, everyone here will die, said Kim Namwon. Everyone is staring at the old woman who was killed by Kim Namwon. Then, DOKJA said, I remember reading a certain paragraph in a novel. They were like executioners pulling levers at the same time. Because they didn't want to know who had killed the prisoner. And me, I just watched them, as if I'm rereading that paragraph. As if I were watching a scene from another world, I just observed the whole spectacle in the novel. The old lady whose name I don't know is the first victim if I change the original development. The knowledge that I can use to my advantage will be reduced. But is it right to witness her death? Just because of that.
Then Yu Sanga really ran and wanted to save the old lady. She'll die if this keeps up.
Then DOKJA said, you can't act recklessly.
I know but, said Yu Sanga.
You'll get killed if you go there now, said DOKJA. Yu Sanga. DOKJA restrained Yu Sanga from acting out. Then they both saw Kim Namwon, despite the fact that the genre of the story has changed. She still shines as brightly as ever. However, the person who can change this story is not Yu Sanga. Since he's not the protagonist in this world, DOKJA kept saying in his heart. Then DOKJA said, Yu Sanga SSE lives here.
Huh? But...
Please listen to me just this once, I won't bother you after that.
Then Yu Sanga looked at DOKJA.
DOKJA rushed into action and said, to be honest, it's still too early for me to step in. This wasn't my plan at first, but I have no choice.
DOKJA SSE.
Suddenly DOKJA ventured out for his and Yu Sanga's safety. I stood still all this time not because I was afraid of Kim Namwon and the others. Nor is it because I agree with their inhumane actions. I'm just waiting. Waiting for the right moment, that's why. DOKJA immediately attacked them all, and Yu Sanga looked very scared. Now, with a gaze full of anger, DOKJA begins to launch its action. Then DOKJA dashed towards the bad guys, including Kim Namwon. Proof of value, kill 1 on more lives. Remaining time 7 minute 30 to sec. There was a lot of smoke inside the train. DOKJA kept running fast to save the old woman from Kim Namwon's torture.
Someone said, smoking, where did it come from?
DOKJA stopped, his face full of anger. Then Kim Namwon fell silent. Suddenly DOKJA attacked the bad guys. Then Kim Namwon said, what? Gyug, he and DOKJA fell down together. The fight between DOKJA and Kim Namwon started. What the fuck, Kim Namwon said with great annoyance. It seems like I pushed Kim Namwon just to save that old lady, but that's not my only goal, said DOKJA.
Then the passengers said, What are you doing? Keep going, kill him. Where is it? It's somewhere here.
DOKJA was silent.
Suddenly a young man saw DOKJA and said, over there.
Then DOKJA held the young man's shoulder and sighed. Let me borrow this. The man handed him a box filled with insects and he took a bite. Then DOKJA gave money in exchange and said, here, hold this. Then DOKJA shouted, everyone stopped. Even if you kill the old woman, you won't survive.
What, said the passenger.
Everyone instantly fell silent staring at DOKJA, as well as DOKJA, who was staring full of annoyance. Then DOKJA said, all right, let's do it. Let's say you killed the old lady, then what? Of course, after the old lady dies, we will pass the first killer condition that will buy us sometimes. But after that, according to the imp, you all have to kill at least one person. So who will you kill after the old lady? Are you going to kill the person next to you?
Then Kim Namwon said, ha. So what? We'll just kill sissies like you next? Don't worry about your turn already, it'll be 50-50.
Kim Namwon, said DOKJA very angrily. Yes, I knew you'd say that. No need to gamble like that. There's a way for you to survive without becoming a murderer. How? Said DOKJA. Did you forget? The crafting conditions of this scenario is not to kill someone, but to kill one or more living beings. While showing the insects she bought from the young man earlier. Insects!
Then the people shouted, insects, only one of them can.
Then DOKJA said, the explosive excitement focused on the old woman. Shift to me. But I wonder why, in this precarious situation, my heart is beating fast in pleasure. And I smiled. Maybe this is how I've always been. Then DOKJA squeezed the insect until it was crushed. Another bug escaped from the box.
The insects attacked the passengers. Someone said, you crazy.
The first major milestone has been met. 100 coins have been given as a bonus reward.
Then the man scattered and fell down and said, find them, you bastard just wanted me to get them.
Then DOKJA said, the remaining time. It's 3 minutes.
Kim Namwon came and said, hey, why did you do that?
Then DOKJA looked at him.
You could have handed over the insects, said Kim Namwon.
Then DOKJA said, there are only 3 insects left in the box.
How? Said Kim Namwon. Then he laughed and said, ha ha ha, there's not enough for everyone, so you just let them go.
That's right, said DOKJA.
Don't fuck around.
No one in their right mind would do such a thing for that reason, said DOKJA.
Then Kim Namwon said, be honest, you just want to watch this, don't you?
Then DOKJA said, yes, this is what Kim Namwon looks like. Cruel, careless, and someone who can enjoy this kind of situation. Character information window, reading the character of Kim Namwon. I understand, I can guess what my nature is. And the survival of the destroyed world, most of the uptight children can't handle the reality of the nightmare and feel hopeless. This boy, who came to be called by that nickname, was not just an ordinary uptight teenager. His father waited a long time for the end of the world, so he quickly adapted at an abnormal speed. And that boy.
Suddenly Kim Namwon interrupted DOKJA's words and said, cooperate with me. What do you think?
Now make me an offer, said DOKJA. Kill 1 or more living beings. Remaining time 2 minutes 50 seconds. There was a lot of fire. The 3707 carriage. A man behind the fire. He passed by.
Where did it go? It was here. Get out of the way. I'll catch him, said the passenger.
Sorry, but I like to be alone. DOKJA rejected Kim Namwon's offer. They fell silent.
Really? That's too bad, Kim Namwon said.
Then DOKJA said, if I work with Kim Namwon, my survival will be guaranteed. If I don't read survival cards, my answer might be different. However, I am a reader who knows all the past, present, and future, and see it firsthand.
Then Kim Namwon said, then can you move? I have business with the grandmother behind you. I couldn't let the insects I caught slip out of my grasp.
Then DOKJA blocked Kim Namwon's intention. He held Kim Namwon's hand so he wouldn't hurt the old lady.
Then Kim Namwon said, what? Are you trying to act like a hero of justice now? Or do you have multiple personalities? This way. You're all the same.
Reminds me how much you made me angry when I read How to Survive, said DOKJA.
Then Kim Namwon said, it turns out that you're the type of person I hate the most.
Window attributes. Kim Namwon's character underestimates you. Your liking for the character, Kim Namwon, has decreased a bit.
Suddenly Kim Namwon attacked DOKJA. I told you to. Move. Oh, not bad.
I knew you'd do something like that, said DOKJA.
Kim Namwon continued to attack DOKJA and said, then what about this?
Then DOKJA said, there he is, the exclusive skill of the Chunabyu attribute. The LV1 blackening skill he can already use.
Kim Namwon unleashes his skills in front of DOKJA. What the hell is this? I'm so strong, said Kim Namwon.
Then DOKJA said, because of his talent, the protagonist recruited him despite his psychopathic personality.
The information window tells you that your detention of Kim Namwon's character has increased.
Then DOKJA asked, do I have to use that now?
And the attributes window answers, you have reached the requirement to use stage 1 of the Omniscient Reader's exclusive Viewpoint skill.
DOKJA was surprised and said, Omniscient. The reader's point of view. What is this?
Shit, where did the bugs go? What is that? What's that sound? Said the passenger who was surprised to hear the sound.
Meanwhile, DOKJA is dealing with Kim Namwon.
Kim Namwon continues to attack DOKJA. Ah, shit. Kim Namwon is angry that DOKJA can't be touched. Then he said, why can't I hit you at all?
Of course you can't hit me, said DOKJA.
Window attributes. Stage 1 of the Omniscient Reader's exclusive Viewpoint skill has been activated. Attributes window, right shoulder.
DOKJA fell silent. Then he saw Kim Namwon's strength.
And Kim Namwon continues to unleash his power.
Attributes window, face.
He suddenly attacked DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, when I activated my second skill.
When DOKJA was about to be hit by Kim Namwon.
The Omniscient Reader's point of view. I can read his actions as if I read his mind.
Kim Namwon kept trying to attack DOKJA and said, for God's sake, you're really slippery, Kim Namwon said.
Then DOKJA said, but I can only use it to avoid him. I'm not good enough to attack as long as I buy more time. Kid, you have 2 more minutes now, damn it.
Kim Namwon glanced at the old lady.
Then DOKJA said, if he kills that old lady now, he'll finish the scenario. Whatever happens, I can't let him move on to the next scenario. DOKJA protects the old lady.
Then Kim Namwon said, kick, I know you did that.
Heart.
LV1 knife fighting skills. Kim Namwon holds a knife and stabs DOKJA.
That hurts, it feels like my skin is on fire, said DOKJA.
Kim Namwon tried to hurt the old lady, but it was DOKJA who was stabbed.
Then DOKJA immediately took the old lady. Even though it's hard, but she kept trying and said, death is the right to bathe me. If I lose to Kim Namwon here, I will die. The weak will die and the strong will survive. This world is predictable. Isn't the world always like this? It's always been a dog-eat-dog world where the strong prey on the weak. This aspect is increasingly evident. I have to strengthen myself if I want to survive.
Then Kim Namwon said, parent, you don't even have the strength to escape. So let's end this now, we don't have much time left.
DOKJA stared angrily and then said, Hesitation. Then Kim Namwon said, Kyongal High School, 2nd year. Do you think insect eggs count as life? Dokya said. Huh. What's with the nonsense? Kim Namwon said. Then Dokya said, the answer is causing death. Yes. Then Kim Namwon said, why should I care about that?
Attributes window. You have earned coins. Would you like to see a tutorial on using coins?
Skip and invest 1,700 coins in physical form, said Dokya.
Attributes window. 2,799 coins have been invested into physical form.
Kim Namwon is still trying to stab Dokya. He keeps trying to stab the knife into Dokya's body. Then Kim Namwon was confused. Then Kim Namwon said, what? How?
Someone was heard saying, during the weaving season, locusts lay more than 100 eggs at a time.
Kim Namwon was surprised. What?
I will not be the one who dies.
You will. Time marches on. Suddenly Kim Namwon arrived. Ha. Shit. Die. Dead already. Why don't you want to die? Arg. Dokya fell silent and continued to stare at the time. 4 seconds left. 2 seconds left.
Window attributes. The time limit has expired. Payment settlement will begin.
Arg. Erg. Ack. Dokya sounded so upset.
Notification of information. Main scenario 1. Value is being removed. Bolgwong line, train 3434. Carriage 3807. 5 survivors.
Then DOKJA said, wow, amazing. What's really going on here? For a few moments abandoned to watch the other compartment.
Blood splattered everywhere. Everyone was staring at DOKJA including Dokya.
The attributes window. The proof of value has been removed. Bolgwong line, train 3434. Compartment 3807.5 survivors. Survivors. Lee Hyunsung, Usanga, Lee Gilyong, Han Myung-go, Kim Namwon, and Kim Dokya.
Then Kim Namwon said, save me. Please save me. Why should I? Dokya said. Human life is important. Isn't that obvious? Kim Namwon said. Dokya said it was a law from the previous world. You said it yourself, the new world needs a news law. No. I don't want to die. Please, please, Kim Namwon said. Kim Namwon keeps begging Dokya. Dokya said, you're right, I'm just like you. I might be able to save all these people. It would be a lie if I said that I didn't feel regret, but I wondered, why? Dokya fell silent. How can I be calm like this, as if I had just read a novel?
Window attribute. You've killed a total of 124 living beings. Murder history. 1 grasshopper, 0.1 to 3 grasshopper eggs. The number of coins you have earned has been halved due to killing living creatures that can't stand it. You have earned 6,200 coins. The number of coins used to level up your stats has been reduced automatically. You have earned 3,500 coins.
Dokya looked back.
Attributes window. Due to excessive killing, you have earned the Mass Killer achievement. You have earned 300 coins from the regular clear rewards. 100 coins have been deducted for the channel usage fee. Additional rewards are being calculated.
These are the people who are left. One world is destroyed, and a new world is born, said Dokya.
It's moving. I can finally go home, said another. And I am.
Dokya looked over. It turned out to be a big snake.
They were shocked. What? What is that? Heaven, said Usanga.
Wow. Amazing, said DOKJA.
DOKJA said, I am the only reader who knows. World Finals. A train carriage. Then the animal was on it, and it was huge.
Why did we stop? It's coming, said the manager.
DOKJA said the snake-like monster was an ichthyosaur, a monster more commonly called a sea serpent. It will be classified as a Class 7 monster in the survival way.
What? What is that? The soldier said.
DOKJA said, scenarios are prioritized above all else in the survival world, therefore, as long as we are protected by scenarios, we will not be attacked by them. For now. 1 to 3, 20, 21, a total of 21 now. No wonder he was so happy. The prefix sign above it indicates the number of constellations connected to this channel. The most mysterious constellations of existence in the world's way of survival, they are the masterminds of this tragedy and sit atop the distant nebula watching over us. To be more precise, they are watching us from the skies through the channels used by the DOKJA. 21 isn't much, but it's an unusual number for a rookie DOKJA like him. If things had progressed like the original survival method, Kim Namwoon would have killed most of the compartment and survived, but due to the death of the character Kim Namwoon, two constellations show a faint hostility towards you. Some constellations may be very angry, and this must be the bug that appeared because I killed Kim Namwoon. Now that the constellations' preferences have sprung up, it really feels like the story started in earnest. That's funny. Until yesterday, I was the one watching them, but now our positions have switched. If there are constellations that hate me, there must be some that like me. Anyway, if you want to watch me all you want, because in the end you will pay the observation fee with your life.
DOKJA SSE. Are you okay? Said Usanga.
Then DOKJA said, Usanga. I'm sorry, I couldn't save her.
DOKJA. How are you? Said Usanga.
Yes, said DOKJA.
Usanga said, never mind actually, thank you very much. Insect cage, for me? Oh.
DOKJA said, it was a coincidence. That's why this won't happen again. Even though he didn't know everything, he was smart enough to survive the chaos. She probably understands what I mean. My decision saved some people, but also killed others. No matter who survived, I don't deserve any thanks.
Then DOKJA said, wow, everyone, did you show your grades well? It seems like the number of survivors is quite large. Oh, thank you for your sponsorship, the Constellations. There are 21 amazing people on my channel.
Then DOKJA said, 5 survivors, that's more than I expected. I was expecting Lee Hyunsung. He has a good body and great motor skills. Lee Gilyong, it must be that kid, right? DOKJA said. At that time, DOKJA gave him money instead of the insect. Lee Gilyong is standing still. Who at that time approached DOKJA? DOKJA held his shoulder and said, son. DOKJA said, do you want to live? It's not stupid sympathy if I have to put it in words, it's. Then, let's go together. Hypocrisy. A tribute window, a few constellations are moved by your good deed. Then DOKJA said, it doesn't matter even if you think it's inappropriate, even I want to survive in this world. Considering future events, I have to attract the attention of the constellations now. Many entertaining things have happened today. The person next door is also quite.
Will you set us free? The manager said.
DOKJA said, and finally. Deputy Manager Myungo is truly a man of fortune.
Didn't we explain the requirements you gave us? The manager said.
Set you free? Said DOKJA.
Did you see what happened outside? But why did rich man Han Myungo take the subway on his way home? Said DOKJA.
DOKJA said, do you really want to get out?
There's a big snake outside.
Anyway, I'm impressed. To be honest, I didn't have much hope for this compartment, but surprisingly, you passed the first scenario. You've proven that even insects are worthy of survival.
DOKJA said, damn, that's right, we must look like grasshoppers to him.
DOKJA said, now, shouldn't you be rewarded for overcoming that hardship? For the first scenario reward, you deserve a nice constellation sponsor, don't you? Ha! Why is everyone so sad? This is really an amazing match.
Then DOKJA said, their reaction is natural. No one here knows the meaning of constellations or sponsors except me.
DOKJA says, let me explain to you right now, you're all very weak. If you participate in the upcoming scenario under these circumstances, you will soon be killed by a weak mole, let alone a crutch, but there are great and benevolent beings in the universe who pity you and want to sponsor you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Then the soldier said, what do you mean exactly? Who's sponsoring?
Geez, you really don't understand anything. Well, instead of listening to me 100 times, see for yourself, said DOKJA.
I don't know what DOKJA is doing. Instantly, everyone fell silent.
DOKJA appears.
Everyone was surprised to see a window of attributes emerge from each of them.
Sponsor selection.
Ha! 4 of them, said DOKJA.
DOKJA. SSE, said Yosenga.
Yosenga said, 2 strange options appeared on my screen.
Then DOKJA said, even if you ask me, I don't know the answer. Just relax and think of it as a blessing test. But still, he received 2 of them. Yosenga has an extraordinary fortune, the support of the constellations, aka the selection of sponsors, a fundamental event in the way of survival, has begun. The sponsor selection is a system where the constellations are watching us through the DOKJA channel, can choose a human they like and offer to support them by making them their incarnation. And in my case, there are 4 constellations that want to make me their incarnation. However, the constellation never revealed its real name, considering that the protagonist of Ways of Survival received 5 offers at first. 4 is not a small number, we have to surmise using words like abyss demon or garden to deduce their own identities. Well, this is very easy for me, because I have read the Ways of Survival. Let's see, firstly. Abyssal Black Fire Dragon. He is a powerful entity that leads a group of constellations called Black Clouds. If I remember correctly, his real name is very long. If I become the incarnation of this constellation, I could receive a very powerful attack ability. Considering that physical strength is indispensable in the initial scenario, this is the best sponsor one can have. But it is obviously limited to the surface only. The more the power of this constellation is used, the more damaged one's mind becomes. In the end, the incarnation will fall into madness and become a crazed killer. Generally, he favors people with the attribute Chunabu. I believe that it was Kim Namwon's sponsor in the original novel, so why did he choose me? This one is no fun, rejected. Now, the second one. I can't believe that I actually saw this option. Fire Judge like the devil, a name filled with evil and sin. However, demon-like actually means that it is not actually a demon. The word fire and judge, an entity that judges by using fire, should be the Archangel Uriel. I believe that someone who chose this constellation as a sponsor was a pretty good choice. This pending constellation of absolute goodness is very powerful, but imposes ridiculous restrictions to use their power. Now, the third. Secret Plotter. Occasionally Terdian and DOKJA continue the story. This is my first time, my only reader. Looking at this option, it may be a conclusion that has just been briefly mentioned, but I'm sure that it's not a strong concatenation either pending. Finally, the last one. I never expected to be offered this constellation at the beginning of the story. Prisoner of the Golden Headband. Prisoner at first sight, this constellation has a negative feeling, but you need to pay attention to what followed. The world's smallest prison. Gold Headband. He lives while enduring the pain of the shackles that bind his head. The Lord of Wagwo Mountain. Great Sage, equivalent to Heaven, the son of Wukong. Among the characters in the novel, one of them is sponsored by this constellation. The power to destroy hundreds of incarnations with a single sweep of the staff, and annihilate thousands of monsters with a single lightning strike. The author described this passage with such vigor that I can still think to this day, why would such a powerful constellation be attracted to me? If I were to choose a great sage, who is the equivalent of Heaven, as my sponsor. All are silent. Can I win against him? Someone said.
Window attributes. The sponsor selection has ended.
DOKJA appeared and said, Now it's all done, oh, haha. Now that someone has made an unexpected decision. Why not? You'll have another chance. In that case, since everyone has finished voting, please take a short break here. Now I have to leave for a moment to prepare for the next scenario. See you in 10 minutes.
DOKJA paused and said, Everyone, please gather.
Hello, I'm Lee Hyun-sung.
I'm Kim DOKJA.
Lee Hyun-sung said, It might not be the best situation to say this, but it's nice to meet you. As you may have heard, I'm a soldier. Maybe I should say that I'm a soldier.
Now, you can't contact your unit, DOKJA said. Then DOKJA said, What a strong grip it has on its name as a tanker at this early stage of the novel. I have to take Lee Hyun-sung with me.
Then Lee Hyun-sung said, and DOKJA thanked you for earlier, if it wasn't for you, we would have all been killed, and if we survived, we wouldn't be human anymore.
Oh, I see, said DOKJA.
Then the manager said to DOKJA, Haha, a job well done, Mr. Employee. DOKJA, you know me, right?
I do, Han Myung-go, said DOKJA.
Then the manager was surprised and said, Huh? Han Myung-go, shouldn't you be calling me section head?
This isn't a company, said DOKJA.
Then the manager advised DOKJA, Ha, look at this, don't you want to come to work anymore? Where did you learn such good manners? And you went a little overboard earlier, huh? If you had seen those bugs, you should have told me earlier. How could you just throw them away?
Han Myung-go, please shut up, said DOKJA.
What? Han Myung-go replied with a laugh.
Then DOKJA said, Do you still not understand the situation? Should I let that brat hit your head to straighten your mind?
Minnow is soft. Do you think this company will still exist even if the world ends? The manager said.
Then DOKJA said, You're not the only one. Everyone needs to wake up. According to DOKJA's words, this is not a joke. I believe that even if you don't say it out loud, everyone has realized what's going on. The game-like interface of the attribute window and exclusive skills are you yet to understand. Everyone is silent.
This fantasy novel that I love I used to read silently when I was on duty, so it still feels unreal. It's really not a dream, right? Said the soldier.
Then DOKJA said, This is really reality.
Glad that you're convinced. So what do we do now? Do you have any ideas? Said Lee Hyun-sung.
Attribute window. Your understanding of the character, Lee Hyun-sung, has improved.
We have to get out of here, said DOKJA. Everyone was shocked. The big snake reappeared from the outside of the train.
Oh, out! Have you gone mad? Said Yosenga. I don't think. I believe that we should move forward, but I think it might be dangerous to move recklessly now. Exactly. Our heads will explode if we get out.
Damn, even he's on their side, said DOKJA. There was a crashing sound from the direction of the carriage door. They all saw it and were very surprised. DOKJA paused and said, What was that? Has the next scenario already started? No, DOKJA hasn't returned yet, then that means. Behind that door is the only survivor of compartment 3707. It's obvious who he is. Everyone is watching the door. Then DOKJA said he came. This story is a true story. We have to leave this place right now.
Yes, but Lee Hyunsung said.
DOKJA said, if we don't, we'll all die before the next scenario even starts.
Lee Hyunsung said DOKJA wasn't sure if the person behind the door was the enemy or not.
Then the DOKJA said, he is most likely a survivor who killed people, don't you think? Still want to meet him?
Let's find a way to escape, said Lee Hyunsung.
This door won't move, said Yosenga while pushing the door.
Shit, this one won't move either, said Lee Hyunsung. Lee Hyunsung said, since the scenario ended, the barrier was lowered as long as we find a working door. Among the 8 compartment doors, there are 3 doors that we haven't checked yet.
Then DOKJA said, shit, I hope there's at least one working door. A door was seen in front of them. They fell silent and stared at the door. DOKJA looked very panicked.
DOKJA, over here, said Yosenga.
Let's open it, Lee Hyunsung said.
It looks like the door is already slightly open.
They approached the door, then Lee Hyunsung said, this one is also broken.
However, this is the only one that is slightly open. We can still open it, said DOKJA. Then DOKJA said, I can use coins to increase my strength like I did with my pishk, but it's too risky to use coins in the early stages. Who knows what will happen in the future? Lee Hyunsung, please use your skills.
Lee Hyunsung was surprised. What? What do you mean by? Fortunately, the sponsors and attributes are the same as the novel.
Then DOKJA said, you must have seen it when you opened your attribute window earlier. Since you're a soldier, you should have skills that will come in handy in this situation.
Lee Hyunsung replied, I have, but I don't know how to use it.
Just think about using that skill, said DOKJA.
Will it work? Lee Hyunsung said. Hap, Lee Hyunsung tried to open the door. He pushed it very hard. The door is already starting to open wide. It worked. It really worked, said Lee Hyunsung.
Then DOKJA said, the big mountain push stigma was activated properly.
Lee Hyunsung announced that the door connected to the 370th compartment will be broken soon.
Everyone ran out. Then DOKJA said, run. But if my memory serves me right, our biggest problem right now isn't that.
Suddenly, DOKJA said, geez, I knew this would happen. DOKJA appeared in the middle of the trouble that was going on. Didn't tell you beforehand to not go anywhere. Damn, the preparation for the next scenario isn't finished yet, said DOKJA.
Arg, I knew it. That's why I told you not to go, said the manager.
Then DOKJA said, phew, oh well, there's nothing I can do now. You're a very lucky bunch of humans.
The second scenario has arrived.
Everyone was silent.
Attribute window, sub-scenario escape, category, sub, difficulty, E, clear conditions, cross the broken bridge and reach Oksu station. Time limit, 20 minutes. Reward 200 coins.
As I thought, said DOKJA.
Then Yosenga said, DOKJA, something is wrong. It says the bridge is damaged, but it's not actually damaged.
Don't pay attention to that, run quickly, said DOKJA. The truth is, Yosenga hit the nail on the head. We got out of the train too soon, so the bridge wasn't broken yet. In other words, the bridge was bound to break. Then DOKJA said, we cheated in the scenario, but without doing this there is absolutely no way for us to solve this scenario. With this kind of speed, somehow we will succeed.
What is it? The manager said.
They saw a whirlpool. Water flows very fast. Then DOKJA said, an ichthyosaur, a sea serpent, not with this size, it must be a sea commander. The snake opened its mouth very wide. It kept chasing them, it's coming, the bridge will break. Run, we can still survive, said DOKJA.
Then Lee Hyunsung said, in the original scenario, ichthyosaurs don't target incarnations. This one might appear just to destroy the bridge. There is about 200 meters left. They keep running fast. At this speed, we'll get to the other side before the bridge collapses.
An easy game, isn't it fun? Said DOKJA.
Shit, said DOKJA with a very angry face.
It's no fun if you manage to escape like this. Why don't we change our mood a little, said DOKJA.
The scenario difficulty has been adjusted. The evil thoughts of the dead are resurfacing. The surrounding ground is being filled with black ether.
Seen a group of creepy humans.
Then Yosanga turned around and was shocked. Zombies?
The demonic people have woken up.
Arg, this bastard, said DOKJA.
Then Lee Hyunsung protected the young man and said, "DOKJA."
They all panicked as the zombie horde was getting closer. Then the snake came. DOKJA bravely approached the snake and said, everyone ducked.
DOKJA, said Yosanga. DOKJA. Yosanga kept calling DOKJA because he fell down.
DOKJA looks forward. It turned out that the train bridge was broken. They all fell silent.
Then Yosanga said, DOKJA.
Then the manager said, the bridge broke. Not that I didn't expect this situation at all, but
I didn't expect Han Youngo and Yosanga to be with me, said DOKJA.
Then the manager said, Lee Gilyong and Lee Hyunsung made it across safely.
What should I do now, said DOKJA.
Window attributes. Someone has received constellation favor. Through the help of constellations, a Deus Ex Machina has been activated in the scenario.
Deus Ex Machina, said DOKJA.
Suddenly Yosanga said, this DOKJA, in my head, just suddenly.
Window attributes. Deus Ex Machina is not to intervene in scenarios that constellations can obtain at the expense of huge losses.
Then DOKJA said, the constellation that chose Yosanga as its incarnation intervened in the scenario to help her. This happens even for survival. Who did Yosanga choose as her sponsor? Activate the character list.
Notice, this person cannot be read with character list. This person is not listed in the character list.
Then DOKJA asked, I can't see him with my skills. Does he have a special sponsor, or does he have a mental barrier skill?
Suddenly Yosanga shouted, DOKJA. In the back.
Someone attacked DOKJA very quickly. Then DOKJA retaliated and he bounced away. DOKJA fell down while watching the person. I shouldn't be lost in my thoughts right now, said DOKJA.
Notice, 9th grade human-type demon person.
Then DOKJA said, demon people made from ordinary humans are no different from zombies. But, if the host is very strong, these monsters become very dangerous. Why should it be so? It turned out to be Kim Namwoon. He of all people.
Notice, exclusive skills. The omniscient reader's point of view has been activated. This person has no consciousness. The omniscient viewpoint skill has been cancelled.
Shit, it won't work, said DOKJA.
Then Han Myungo said, we have to cross this bridge as soon as possible. But there are only 3 people left on this side. One must stay and die for the others.
Yosanga we need 2, said DOKJA while blocking Kim Namwoon.
Then Han Myungo forcibly carried Yosanga to get away from DOKJA.
Then Yosanga went berserk and screamed, let go of me. DOKJA, DOKJA, DOKJA.
Are you seriously leaving me, said DOKJA. Character list. Then DOKJA said, he runs on one leg, the stigma must be one-legged fast horse. It must be the stigma of the lame imposter constellation. Constellations do not stigmatize mental barriers, and there's no way Han Myungo already has that kind of defensibility. I see. My skills failed to activate for Yosanga and Han Myungo because of the... It was my stupidity. They are not characters who appear to survive. That's so obvious, I should have realized sooner. Suddenly Kim Namwoon screamed very loudly. DOKJA was attacked and said, shit. Think, I can't cross the bridge alone. What if I take one of the demons to attack with me? No, I won't, the success rate is too low. Only 15 minutes left before the scenario ends.
DOKJA appeared and said, wow, you're so persistent. Now, are there any constellations that want to help this poor little incarnation? Oh, no interested bodies. Huh, how sad.
Everyone was very worried to see DOKJA. My body is reaching its limit, says DOKJA. DOKJA faces an attack from the demons and Kim Namwoon. His footsteps grew weaker and he stepped back. Kim Namwoon and his troops were very emotional. With an annoyed face, DOKJA said, I might really die this time. Shit, if only I had the ability to fight now. I wouldn't have had such a hard time.
Notice, exclusion skill marker has been activated.
Then DOKJA said, bookmark.
The character listed in the marker slot. Point 1. Delusional Demon Kim Namwoon. Understand 25. 2. Steel Sword Lee Hrunseng Comprehension 35.3. Slot imply.
Despite having read 3,000 chapters on how to survive, I have never seen this skill before, said DOKJA.
Go, Kim Namwoon shouted and was about to attack with all his troops.
Then DOKJA said, but I instinctively know how to use it. Activate marker 1.
With great optimism, Kim Namwoon hoped to defeat DOKJA. Then he said, Ha ha ha, I'm filled with power, die, die, die. The new world needs news loss.
Then DOKJA took immediate action. Marker 1 has been activated. Notice, low marker skill level activation time has been shortened. Activation time 1 minute. Your understanding of the character is low. Only a part of the character skill has been activated. Blacken LV1 has been activated.
Kim Namwoon is very creepy. With full of emotion he will continue to attack DOKJA.
Then DOKJA is prepared to face him. With a knife in his hand, DOKJA faced Kim Namwoon. Then DOKJA stabbed him.
Arg. I don't want to die, said Kim Namwoon.
DOKJA looked at him.
Your understanding of the character Kim Namwoon has increased. Bookmark 1 has been deactivated. Sub-scenario escape. Category. Sub. Difficulty. D. Clear conditions, cross the broken bridge and reach Oksu Station. Time limit 20 minutes. Reward 200 coins. Remaining time 10 minutes 11 secs.
DOKJA paused and said, Sheesh, I'm really tired. He's late. He should have arrived by now. DOKJA still has to deal with the demons. They really are like zombies. DOKJA stepped to his feet and said, You're finally here. The severed bridge is huge. DOKJA is still facing the demons. When DOKJA held out the sharp object in his hand, DOKJA was surprised. A man's footsteps approached him from a distance. The man continued walking towards DOKJA. He passed by the demons. Finally, he reached the DOKJA. He paused to stare at DOKJA and then said,
Who are you? Are you saying that I should deal with it? That's impossible.
Then DOKJA opened the character list.
The exclusive still character list is activated. There is too much information about this person. Character list is converted to summary list.
He is named Yo Jong-yuk, a pro gamer. Suddenly the man attacked DOKJA. Ooh, he strangled DOKJA. Arg.
How are you still alive? Said the man while strangling DOKJA's neck very tightly.
Then DOKJA said, the first way to survive in a destroyed world. The one who proved that method is the one who is currently gripping my neck. The regressor Yo Jong-yuk. The world's great tragedy began with this man.
Lee Hyun-sun was seen from afar looking at DOKJA's condition and he said, It didn't work, I didn't see anything. It seems like something like a barrier on the subway is blocking us.
DOKJA, said Yo Senga.
The bridge is collapsing more and more.
Your name, said Yo Jong-hyuk.
What? DOKJA replied while trying to let go of the man's hand.
I'm asking for your name, said Yo Jong-hyuk.
Then DOKJA said, Look at his attitude, he's definitely the protagonist. Kim DOKJA, said DOKJA.
Then the man replied, What a strange name. I get them all the time.
Suddenly he punched DOKJA in the stomach. DOKJA was surprised.
Then the man said, What a sturdy body. Looks like you're used to using coins.
I can say the same to you, said DOKJA. Cough, he keeps attacking DOKJA.
Then the man said, We just finished one main scenario and one ob scenario, but he's already this strong. Don't waste your breath. From now on, you will only answer the questions I ask. Got it?
This is bad, the worst-case scenario that I don't want to face. To Jongyuk was the most dangerous person in the early stages. His personality deteriorated during the 3 setbacks. With his current mentality, he will not hesitate to do anything, whatever to achieve his goal, said DOKJA.
Your answer? Ask the man.
Then DOKJA replied, okay?
Then the man said, watch your tongue.
Then he said, I don't want to. Ha, the man attacked DOKJA. Sorry, but you are younger than me, Mr. Pro Gamer Yo Jongyuk. So you're the one who needs to watch his tongue.
Notice, the character Yo Jongyuk is wary of you.
Then the man said, you know me? I know that despite my current appearance, I work at a gaming company.
Then DOKJA said, that's real life. Yo Jongyuk is just a character that appeared in a novel I read. You're famous. I was once a fan of yours. Being famous is just a setting of the plot. And it's not a lie that I was his fan. I like to hate, despise, and cheer for you.
Then the man said, fans. I haven't heard that word for a long time.
I'll forgive you this time, but the situation hasn't changed. I can see it myself, said DOKJA.
I only have one question, said the man. How do you survive in the subway? So that's it.
Will you forgive me if I answer? Said DOKJA.
We'll see, said the man.
Then DOKJA said, he's a liar. As the only reader on how to survive, it's obvious just from looking at his face.
Oh, right. What should I say to convince this asshole about the regressor? Said the man.
Notice, your understanding of this character is already very high. The usage conditions for the exclusive skill, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, have been achieved.
Ha!
Do you want to activate the exclusive skill?
Then DOKJA said, only Lee Hyun-sung and Kim Nam-woon should have survived in that compartment, but Kim Nam-woon died, and other people survived. Just how did they survive? Who the hell is this guy? I need information, and if he turns out to be an inconvenience, kill him. Wait, is this about Yo Jongyuk? Said DOKJA. DOKJA laughs. I survived by.
Then the man cut in and said, you completed the scenario by killing the insect?
I was lucky. I was able to find an insect cage belonging to a child who tripped over the explosion in the department in front of our cage, said DOKJA.
The future has really changed. A bug explosion, said the man.
Then DOKJA said, I can see why he was surprised. Kim Nam-woon and Lee Hyun-sung should be in Battle Royale 3807.
Then the man said, it's because I wasn't like the previous turn. I created an explosion that killed everyone inside. No, even if that's the case, it's still suspicious. He's too calm for a rookie. He's adapting very well in this ever-changing world. He might have killed Kim Nam-woon. He might be useful, but he's dangerous.
If you're done, can you let me go? Let's go to the Oksu station together. There's not much time left, said DOKJA.
Then the man said, I don't think so. Everything is too comfortable.
That's it. The man gripped DOKJA's neck even tighter. Then DOKJA said, Class skills Yo Jongyuk Wise Eyes. Wise Eyes can reveal a window to a person's attributes. Along with hidden information, this is truly the strongest detection skill. I'm starting to wonder why he hasn't used it yet. Actually, now that it has come to this stage, it might be useful for me. Even I don't know my own attributes and skills. Although I will reveal everything to Yo Jongyuk, I have to take this change to get information about myself.
Notice, the exclusive skill Fourth Wall is activated. Fourth Wall has detected the use of the detection skill I have Sage.
Ooh, the angrier the man got, the more he strangled DOKJA.
What? Said the man.
Notice, the exclusive skill Fourth Wall has blocked Eye of Sage.
Bastard, said Yo Jonghyuk. Who are you? He continued to ask DOKJA as he continued to strangle her.
Sub-scenario escape. Category, sub, Difficulty D. Clear conditions. Cross the broken bridge and reach Oksu stations. Time limit 20 minutes. Reward 200 coins. Remaining time to minute 14 secs.
Then DOKJA said, I never expected that. I'll have a skill that can block a sage's eyes after the omen's fourth wall now. They stare at each other.
I have to kill him now, Yo Jonghyuk said.
DOKJA was surprised. Yo Jonghyuk. Then DOKJA said, shit, things are getting too complicated. Yo Jonghyuk won't trust me anymore. So I have to change my plan. You need a reliable friend you can trust. Don't you know that you can't complete the 46th scenario alone?
How do you know that? Don't tell me you have regrets, Yo Jonghyuk said.
It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is that I can help you, said DOKJA.
Then Yo Jonghyuk said, he's not a regressor. If he were a regressor, there's no way I wouldn't know about him. Then maybe he is.
Yo Jonghyuk, I know a future that you don't know, DOKJA interrupted.
Yo Jonghyuk looks even angrier.
The character Yo Jonghyuk has activated the lie detection skill, has verified that your words are the truth.
Impossible. There are prophets other than Anna Croft? And in South Korea? Said Yo Jonghyuk.
Prophet, in the way of survival, it is the only attribute that can see the future and has a passive detection skill that negates in reality. Only one individual has the attribute of a prophet in the world of survival.
Can you use future vision? Something similar. I guess you knew I would appear here, said Yo Jonghyuk.
Indeed, said DOKJA. Then DOKJA said, Yo Jonghyuk, I know that you have special powers. You also know about the future, don't you? But you also know that your knowledge is not perfect. A regressor relives the life he lived. Therefore, he is aware of future events. However, if a regressor uses that information to change the present, the future he knows will also change. Therefore, as long as regressors do not repeat the exact same actions they did in the previous turn, they will eventually have to live in an unfamiliar world. Make me your companion. I can fill the missing part of you. A prophet is the best companion Yo Jonghyuk could possibly ask for right now, and I can play the same role for him. Because I am the only reader of this story.
Yo Jonghyuk could only smile at that and said, a prophet will definitely help not only for the 46th scenario, but also when I fight those Zoroastrian bastards. But can you believe it? A companion.
Seconds left to finish the scenario. There are 40 seconds left to complete the scenario.
I've made my decision. I'll make you your companion, said Yo Jonghyuk.
Whoa, I'm happy to hear it. Hey, let go, cough. Yo Jonghyuk keeps strangling DOKJA.
Yo Jonghyuk walked while carrying DOKJA near the broken bridge.
DSX bridge machines are even bridges of light created by constellations. Only an even number of people can cross this bridge. The bridge will disappear as soon as an odd number of people try to cross, but
the demons are still chasing them. From a distance, DOKJA's friends watched him.
Yo Jonghyuk looks very upset. He never removed his hand from DOKJA's neck.
Then DOKJA said, after all, I was saved. Somehow I managed to convince this damned regressor.
Excessive immersion has drained your mental strength. Exclusive skills. The omniscient reader's point of view has been disabled.
It's a bit tense now that the skill is turned off. But it's good that I managed to join Yo Jonghyuk at the beginning of the story and cross the bridge, said DOKJA. Erg.
Then Yo Jonghyuk said, I'll state one last thing. If you really are a prophet, then you should know your own future, right?
Then DOKJA was surprised and said, Erg. Oh, no, I have a very bad feeling.
Will I let go of this hand, or not? Said Yo Jonghyuk as he brought the DOKJA closer to the big snake.
Then DOKJA said, shit, this fucking psychopath. I know about him better than anyone else. Know him, if he's the Yo Jonghyuk I know. Before that, there are two things I want to say.
Yo Jonghyuk replied, huh.
DOKJA continued his story. First, I am not your subordinate. So I hope you'll treat me fairly from now on. Second, I will cooperate with you, but you must also promise to cooperate with me.
Maybe. So what's your answer? Said Yo Jong-hyuk.
Let go of your hand and walk away, you bastard, said DOKJA with great emotion.
Then Yo Jong-hyuk let go. And he pushed DOKJA.
DOKJA was startled and he fell down.
I believe in you now that you're a true prophet, Yo Jong-hyuk said with a sly laugh.
DOKJA could only remain silent. Seriously, said DOKJA. Then DOKJA fell and entered the snake's mouth. Bastard, said DOKJA. DOKJA disappeared as if swallowed by the earth, not knowing what would happen to her.
You failed to clear the scenario.
DOKJA bounced violently into the snake's mouth, and then he said, "This hurts, I have to hold on, I can't lose consciousness." Then the snake swallowed everyone who had been swallowed. Suddenly they all entered the snake's stomach. Ha! Somehow I managed to reach the stomach without being torn to shreds, said DOKJA. Inside the snake's belly was so dark, DOKJA turned on the cell phone light. Then he highlighted his surroundings, a lot of people and goods scattered, as well as a lot of water. Damn it! Then DOKJA immediately pulled over and said, "Yo Jong-hyuk, the fucking pie show, this is not how you treat a friend. I have to survive to be like this, is this it? It's not that I don't understand it. After his failure on the first turn, Yo Jong-hyuk will never make any real friends. As a regressor, he was very strong and was hailed as a savior by others, which naturally made him a loner. To him, humans are either subordinates or enemies. Therefore, this was a test he told me to complete on my own to earn the right to stand by his side as his equal. Check the message log."
You have failed to complete the scenario. Payment settlement will begin. 100 coins have been deducted for the channel usage fee. The Golden Headband Prisoner constellation nods at your remarkable statement. 100 coins have been sponsored. The constellation of the demon-like fire god nods at your choice. 100 coins have been sponsored. The constellation cabal is disappointed with your rash statement.
DOKJA just sat in silence. He continues to watch his dark and water-filled surroundings. Suddenly DOKJA was surprised. The ichthyosaurus moved. In accordance with the way of survival, the ichthyosaur began to secrete stomach acid about 3 hours after swallowing food. That means I don't have much time left.
Suddenly, DOKJA came and said, "Haha, it's a pity things turned out like this. It was so interesting."
Then DOKJA was surprised. DOKJA.
"Yes, that's right," said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, "It's because I've been waiting for you."
Ha.
Then DOKJA said, "Just wait, Yo Jong-hyuk. I will not only survive your test, I'll also be strong enough to rival you. You won't have a choice but to accept me as your companion."
Then DOKJA asked, "Have you been waiting for me?"
"Yes, you have a coin to take from me," said DOKJA.
"Which coin did you say?" DOKJA is confused.
Then DOKJA said, "You have to take my coin at the price of scenario failure."
DOKJA replied, and why isn't the price your life?"
If the price is my life, then the borderline of failure would be death and not 3 question marks. "Doesn't that mean there's still room for negotiation?" DOKJA said.
Then DOKJA said, now that's interesting. I'm surprised to think that you came to this conclusion with such a small pechujuj. No wonder you've attracted the attention of the constellations. As you said, if you fail in this sub-scenario, you can survive as long as you can pay the price with coins. I will ask for 5,100 coins, then I will allow you to keep your life."
DOKJA was shocked and felt annoyed. The practice said, 5,100 coins. Is this asshole joking? That's too much.
DOKJA said, "Then what about death? I'm not obligated to take your coin either. If you don't comply, I'll probably kill you right here and now."
Then DOKJA with a weapon, "Then kill me."
"What?" said DOKJA.
"Kill me," said DOKJA as he approached DOKJA. "You can't do it right." Of course he can't. He's having fun with me right now. Aren't there many constellations that are amused to see me? If he was planning to kill me, he wouldn't have come down here to talk to me.
Haha, this is infuriating. Oh, are you? Said DOKJA.
Low-grade DOKJA young, said DOKJA. How is life as a steamer?
What? How do you know my name? DOKJA was surprised.
Broadcasting hasn't been fun lately, has it? Aren't the constellations stingy? DOKJA said.
Who are you? How could a mere mortal know? Said DOKJA.
Some constellations doubt your existence. The constellation's secret plotter is very interested in your plan.
And DOKJA said, let's talk after you close the channel.
DOKJA disappeared instantly and said, Now, DOKJA said. Tell me, DOKJA keeps forcing DOKJA to say it? How can a mere mortal like you know the Star Stream broadcast? Said DOKJA.
Star Stream System. This system, also known as Star Stream Broadcasting, was designed to relay its contents to the entire universe. The subscribers are the constellations at the top of distant galaxies. The actors are all the humans, including me, and the streamers who connect the two are the DOKJA.
Which is not important for now, said DOKJA.
What? DOKJA was surprised.
DOKJA asked, Be young, don't you want to be the king of the DOKJAs?
Just what you are, said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA interrupted. I asked if you wanted to surpass Donguk and Gildal and be the best among all DOKJA. Then DOKJA stretched out his hand. DOKJA be young. Sign a contract with me. I will make you king of the DOKJA. Then DOKJA said, DOKJA be young. Sign a contract with me. I'll make you the king of DOKJA.
Ha, DOKJA smiled at that and said, Haha, crazy. You're really crazy. I wish you knew when you refused to sponsor all the constellations.
Then DOKJA said, Indeed during the sponsor selection, while in the subway, I didn't choose any of the constellations.
Then DOKJA said, I don't know how you know about Star Stream Broadcasting, but I can't accept that offer. Unlike constellations, DOKJA can't be your sponsor.
You seem to have misunderstood. I never asked you to sponsor me. I don't need your power. What I need is your channel, said DOKJA.
My channel, DOKJA said in confusion.
It seems you don't understand. I'll explain it more simply. I want to sign an exclusive contract with your channel, said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA asked, Wait, are you asking for a streaming contract now?
Yes, said DOKJA.
Stream contract. It was originally a contract between DOKJA and constellations. The constellation's incarnation would appear on a particular channel, and the DOKJA would receive a portion of the coins earned by the incarnation as the commission.
Usually, the incarnation in question cannot intervene in this contract even if they call it a sponsorship. The contracted incarnation is nothing but a slave of the constellation, said DOKJA.
Haha, now this is funny. I don't know where you know this from, but an ordinary human dares to ask for a stream contract. You are a small insect that has no sponsor, said DOKJA.
With a small sense of DOKJA said, It's not worth signing a contract with me because I don't have a sponsor.
What? Said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, Why do you believe that constellations join a channel? Star Stream subscribers can be divided into like big categories. One is the pleasure seekers who join channels to relieve their boredom. The other is the incarnation seekers who look for incarnations to sponsor. You need to fulfill at least one of the two groups to become a popular channel. You either make it interesting or follow an interesting broadcaster who needs sponsors around.
You're quite experienced, but what does that have to do with anything? Asked DOKJA.
You really don't understand, do you? No wonder customers haven't entered triple digits yet, said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA got annoyed and said, Shut up, just spit it out?
Then DOKJA asked, What if your channel can satisfy the pleasure seekers and the incarnation seekers?
There is no way that can happen, said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, No matter how interesting an incarnation is, incarnation seekers will leave the channel after the sponsor selection ends. But what if the incarnation does not choose any sponsor? And what if the ability of the incarnation surpasses that of the sponsored incarnation? Yes, it does. I'm sure the constellations are in an uproar right now, asking you to open a channel. They're very curious, aren't they, asking themselves who the person is who challenged the regressor.
Then DOKJA got annoyed and cut the conversation. Stop, you're just. Don't make me laugh. Ordinary humans can't win against sponsored beings. That's the rule of this world.
And I said that I would show that it was possible. Just shut up and do as I say. Didn't I tell you? I'll make you the king of DOKJA, said DOKJA.
DOKJA looked at DOKJA with great emotion.
Then DOKJA fell silent looking at him.
Then DOKJA said, let's finish the scenario failure first. Pay me 5,100 coins and I will.
Suddenly DOKJA cut the conversation. What are you talking about? I didn't fail. Then DOKJA said, I must have fulfilled the conditions now. Just open the channel. Just open the channel.
Then DOKJA was surprised after the channel opened.
DOKJA was very upset.
Hidden Scenario Commander Slayer. Category: Hidden. Difficulty: A. Clear conditions: kill the sea commander each Thiosorand escape from its stomach. Time limit: 10 days. Reward: 9,000 coins. Failure: death.
DOKJA didn't accept DOKJA's actions and said, Dear Constellation, please calm down. The broadcast was stopped. A REMA server error. I swear I didn't shut it down on purpose. What special treatment, dear Constellation? I'm a DOKJA. Don't you know that I'll be extinguished if that happens?
Then DOKJA said, Hey, is this the only thing I can buy right now? Is there no search function?
I'm sure everyone already knows that the ribbon oath is not a simple thing, said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, I threatened the Be Young and made it open. Star Stream Cash Shop. We couldn't avoid the commotion because I could only access the bag when the channel opened, said DOKJA.
DOKJA was sad and said, Constellation, my dear.
Hey, help me first, DOKJA shouted for help.
Then DOKJA told her there's a search button in the bottom right corner.
Thank you, said DOKJA. Then DOKJA said, both humans and DOKJA can use this. Anyway, it only took me to searches to find the item I needed, so search Ancient Dragon.
Then DOKJA was surprised to hear DOKJA's words and said, What the heck is this? How do you know about ancient dragons?
Then DOKJA replied, I was just trying to pronounce a cool name. And these are the monsters that often appear in the game. Her wealthy sponsors bought such expensive items for her. Seeking the great demon eyeball, seeking the purest sword power.
Then DOKJA said, So the items you bought are for packs of slime and for thorns. Why do you need those useless items?
You don't need to know, said DOKJA.
Item: Ham a seahorse's mucus. Stock: 124. Price: 100C. You have used 800 coins.
Then DOKJA said, You won't get a refund even if you regret buying it, okay?
I know, said DOKJA.
The secret cabal of constellations is interested in your plan. The Black Fire Dragon constellation of the Abyss is getting angry at your actions.
Don't watch if it engages you, said DOKJA.
I hope you haven't forgotten that I haven't agreed to your offer, said DOKJA.
I know. We agreed to negotiate the terms of the contract only after I successfully completed this scenario, says DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, Well, I have to go now. Try your best to finish the scenario.
Go on then. DOKJA happily told him to go.
Then DOKJA replied, You really are a shameless bastard.
Oh well, hang in there. May this story bless you.
DOKJA closes his eyes in the glare as DOKJA disappears. He stared in that direction. There's not much time left until the stomach acid is released, said DOKJA. Then DOKJA gets ready. He took out the slime from the bag that he had bought earlier, then applied it to the thorn. He was ready with the object in his hand. Then looked at the hole and said, It's starting. I will definitely leave this place alive. Then he stabbed it. The moon and stars are very bright. It turned out that the snake came out from the bottom of the sea. The snake began to open its mouth little by little. Then its mouth opened very wide. The water in the snake's stomach began to roll. DOKJA was seen trying to get out of the snake's stomach. Then he bounced off and fell silent, looking around. He kept thrusting the sharp object. He was already in the snake's mouth and said, "Ark. How long has it been? Can I really do it? I'm just an ordinary reader. I'm not the main character." DOKJA could only remain silent. It wasn't a dream.
Suddenly, DOKJA came and said, You're really amazing."
DOKJA looked so limp he kept holding the thorn that he had stuck into the snake's mouth.
Some constellations admire your ability to survive. The constellations have sponsored you with 100 coins.
Then DOKJA said, since the stage began, 4 days have passed.
"Using a stone pig's thorn in this way, I would never have imagined it," said DOKJA.
Ah. Ark. Ark. Ah. DOKJA feels very tired. Then DOKJA slipped.
System, the hidden scenario has ended. You have earned 9,000 coins as compensation. You are the first person to successfully hunt down a Class 7 species. You have earned 1,000 coins as an achievement reward.
DOKJA lay down and was very relieved to hear that. "I survived," said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, "Rock hogs are a species that live on the coast and eat smaller species."
Item, Stone Hog's Thorn, in stock, 17. Price, 100 coins.
Mereka biasanya memasukan tulang belakang ke dalam kulit mangsanya. But I didn't expect that it would be used to seal off digestive juices.
System, some constellations smile as if they already know. The constellations have sponsored you 100 coins. Some constellations understand your judgment too late.
Also mucus, I didn't know hammer seahorse slime was so powerful.
Then DOKJA explained, before starting to attack it using the thorns, I splashed the slime on my skin and clothes. I absorbed the viral power of the ichthyosaur through the thorns to soothe my wrists and hunger pangs, and protect myself from mental disorders. The slime of the hammer seahorse is immune to digestive juices. They evolved this way after being frequently eaten by ichthyosaurs.
Then DOKJA said, "Sorry, I should have explained."
"I did it because you don't know," said DOKJA.
System, the exclusive skills of the fourth wall have relieved some pain.
Then DOKJA was annoyed to hear that and said, "Insolent bastard. Ha, that's a very good way to survive. The answer to the constellations is amazing."
"Shut up and open the DOKJA bag," said DOKJA. Then DOKJA began to pierce the area very tightly with thorns. After the split, they were both surprised. There was a big shining star ball inside, and it was ichthyosaur core. Then DOKJA said, "I will sell this, put it up for auction, DOKJA."
"You're right," said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, "The goods to be exchanged should be damaged goods." "Yes, and I will do this."
Suddenly DOKJA blocked it. Wait a moment before continuing. Constellations, let's take a brief look at the commercial before proceeding to the next stage.
Transmission Contract Agreement. 1. Kim Dokja Gap Incarnation will sign an exclusive contract with Byung-yul until all scenarios are completed or until his death. 2. Kim Dokja Gap Incarnation will never choose a sponsor until all scenarios are completed or until his death. 3. Kim Dokja Gap S Incarnation can only be active on DOKJA Byung-yul's channel. 4. Kim Dokja Gap and DOKJA Byung-yul will distribute the revenue from the streaming contract, and this ratio will be determined through mutual consultation.
And DOKJA said, "Look at this. This is the contract."
"I am the gap," said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, "Don't be human like this. That doesn't mean anything. Let's do it."
Then DOKJA said, "I read the contract. Everything is fine except for something. There is the most important part."
Then DOKJA said, "What do you mean? Just say that you agree. The transmission contract is a sole agreement."
"I'm talking about the salary ratio," said DOKJA.
And DOKJA said, of course, haha. How about 5 to 5? In exchange, I'll eliminate my channel fee. I will divide your future donations accurately in this ratio. For example, you get 100 coins, you will receive 50 coins, and I will receive 50 coins.
Are you kidding me? Said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA replied, but these are standard proportions.
And DOKJA said, the constellations obtain their incarnations through the channel of DOKJA. And the contribution received from the constellations will be divided by a percentage of. This is normal. I am a sponsorless incarnation when contributing to a sponsorless incarnation. The constellations have to pay a huge fee to the DOKJA. Haven't you enjoyed many things thanks to me? 10 to 0.
DOKJA looked very angry at this.
Then DOKJA said, you'll only get a commission. I won't pay you a dime.
What? That's ridiculous. DOKJA was shocked. How about 7 to 3? Said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, should I move to another channel? Gildal is fine these days. I have to ask him.
8 to 2. I can't give much more, said DOKJA.
10 to 0, said DOKJA. They continue to bargain. DOKJA looks very upset and angry with DOKJA.
The constellations complained about the long announcement. The constellations are complaining.
Damn it. I get it. So, are you going to sign the contract? Said DOKJA.
Yes, and something else, said DOKJA.
DOKJA asked, What now?
You have to give it a separate face. Give me 5,000 coins, said DOKJA. Suddenly the snake spun. Arg, DOKJA is wrapped in water. Instantly he was outside and pulled over, then said, it has been for days since I saw the outside. The original goal was 2 days. It took 4 days for you Jung-yuk, so it's not bad. I reached the signing of the contract. Give me 5,000 coins. Maybe I made more money than I thought. That's funny. I've never had a good contract before. It's amazing that I'm the only reader.
System. The fourth wall of exclusive skills is in use.
Skill fourth wall, said DOKJA.
System error, said DOKJA.
Yes, I can't open my function window. Help me fix it, said DOKJA.
Then DOKJA said, no way. Maybe it's a mistake.
System. Exclusive skill fourth wall activated.
To think that this skill is absolute for DOKJA, said DOKJA. Then DOKJA entered a small town. The rolling land. A large dragonfly entering the area. The dragonfly is fighting with the animal. Then he found a convenience store. He entered it and took what he needed. He put it in a big food bag.
System. The area in the scenario area is highly contaminated. Take a deep breath and head underground in a hurry.
About this much should be enough, said DOKJA while carrying a lot of goods and food. As soon as the effect of the item wears off, I have to reach the underground quickly, said DOKJA, who was about to leave the convenience store, when suddenly a woman's voice called for help.
Save me.
DOKJA instantly fell silent at the sound of the woman's voice. No way, someone who is still alive, he said.
Please save me. It turned out that there was someone who was already helpless in the convenience store.
Then DOKJA picked her up and immediately took the woman away. DOKJA ran fast leaving the place and said, the base station of the Oksu station has been destroyed, so the nearest station from here is the underground station. Gyumho Station. Then DOKJA rushed to the station. Suddenly, damn, this one is closed too. Then maybe on the other hand.
Then the woman said, the fourth exit.
The fourth underground exit, said DOKJA.
1, 2. A group of men were seen trying to open the door.
The door is starting to open. Suddenly they all fell silent as a thorn pierced the door.
What is this? Said the man.
Open the door. It turned out to be a DOKJA.
No, you can't come in. The men forbade DOKJA to enter.
Someone is hurt with me, said DOKJA.
Then the man said, this place is full of people. We don't need any more.
I don't see how it's my problem. DOKJA kept insisting to get in. Isn't it strange that they don't accept us because of the number of people inside? Was there ever such a development in the novel? Said DOKJA. The thorn was a barrier to the door being opened. Suddenly, DOKJA used the thorn to force the door open.
Run. They all panicked at the sight.
System, you have entered the safe zone.
There was a big bag of food that DOKJA brought from the convenience store earlier. Then DOKJA said to the woman, "Put this in your mouth. Total recovery will be a little difficult, but it should neutralize the effects of the poison. By the way, is it a way of survival to have extras like her?" Based on the original novel, there is a high possibility that she was destined to die there. Let's take a look. Character list. Suddenly the men came over to the DOKJA and the woman.
There he is. There he is.
DOKJA and the woman were very surprised. His footsteps are getting closer.
You. Who are you? Said the man.
What are you asking? Said DOKJA.
System, the constellation of golden headband prisoners frowns behind the uninvited guests.
Then DOKJA said, Kim DOKJA.
Kim DOKJA. Is that your name? The man said.
Then DOKJA replied, That's right.
And the man asked, Who wants to know? Who the hell are you thinking about? That woman, said the man's friend. What? Is she from a marginalized group? Didn't you come back with her?
Then DOKJA replied, Well, it can be seen that the woman feels very scared. The men were indeed very scary, so they said.
So that's it. That's great.
In many post-apocalyptic genres, such obvious villains often appear, said DOKJA.
Hey. I'm right. Sorry, Chil Soo-hyun Nim should be the first to have it, said the man.
Then DOKJA said, Chil Soo, is there a character with that name? If I don't remember, is it any different from this one? I suppose that such indecent crimes occurring after the apocalypse would be far from cliched.
Then the man said, Hey, give the woman to us. Put an end to what's there. Young men, are we going to let her take it all for herself? How? Leave that bag here and get out, then I'll let you go with your life.
With an annoyed face, DOKJA said, The real human being is more cliché than I imagined. This flow seems bad.
System, the constellation of the golden headband prisoner was annoyed by these people. The constellation of the devil-like fire judge is angry with the justice that is happening right in front of his eyes. At the request of the constellations, a bounty scenario is about to take place.
Not bad for me, said DOKJA.
Hey, aren't you going? Those people kept forcing DOKJA to leave.
How bad for them, said DOKJA.
System, demon constellations like fire judges await just retribution.
Then DOKJA said, Asshole, you seem to have supporters that you really believe in.
If they don't show up soon, you might actually die, said the man.
Bounty scenario obstruction removal. Category, sub. Difficulty, F. Clear conditions. The constellations greatly resent the arrival of thwarters who impede your rapid progress. Neutralize them within the given time limit. Time limit, 5 minutes. Compensation, failure.
The woman looks very weak. Suddenly the man was attacked by DOKJA.
Chil Soo-hyun Nim.
Then DOKJA said, What the heck, who is that guy? Why is he okay even after being hit? Is he a person who has a strong constellation of supporters? Statistical differences, such as stamina, strength, and agility, create a large combat power gap between two people. My current overall level is 33. Meanwhile, most of their stats are still in single digits.
Then those people said, Damn, I can't move my legs.
Even if it's a guy with the king of French fries as a sponsor behind him. That difference can be overcome easily, said DOKJA. Then DOKJA said, By the way, that person might also choose the same constellation. Bang Seol Soo from Group K Oldu.
What? Do you recognize me? The man said.
Then DOKJA replied, Indeed, he is the dumbest person among all the people in Gyumho Group. Shouldn't Yo Jong-yuk have killed him? Why are you still alive?
And the man said, Oh, are you from the same category? You have killed people too, haven't you? I feel that we are somewhat similar.
Suddenly DOKJA was surprised to hear it and remembered something. At that time he did kill Kim Namwoon. Until the Kim is powerless. Then DOKJA said, I can save. Be honest, you just want to see this scene, don't you? Said Kim Namwoon at that time. Those people, said DOKJA.
System, the exclusive skill of the fourth wall, has blocked the bluff effect of the character Bangjil-Su.
Then DOKJA stabbed the man's hand.
Ark, the man was in a lot of pain.
DOKJA was very upset by his words and said, I don't think you're in a position to run your mouth. Unfortunately, the King of Fries is famous for not having a trace of mercy on his own incarnation. I'd leave it at this, but it's a different story now.
System, there are 2 minutes left until the end of the sub-scenario.
He only chooses fools who can roll over and play as his incarnation, and enjoy the experience of them losing to his other incarnations like a masochist.
System, the king of the French fries constellation is very happy.
Stop. Please let go of my brother, said the man.
Then DOKJA looked at the woman and said, humans are weak. The woman looked very lethargic and helpless. Why is such a weak human being? Suddenly imagined the torment in his life. Also have the capacity to commit so many atrocities, said DOKJA. Imagine those 2 bad guys. Then they said, so that's how it is. Very good, said the bad guys. Then he pulled the bad guy's collar tight and said, saying that the world has perished is just one reason. Why did you do it? Out of instinct.
Fuck, just kill me, you bastard dog, this dog world, said the man.
Then DOKJA said, so, that's it, this guy didn't do it because of his instincts. Those are the eyes of someone who was in grief long before the world ended, just like me. Same category. Maybe the word is not wrong.
System, there are 10 seconds left until the end of the sub-scenario.
After all, the world will perish.
You have met the clear conditions of the sub-scenario. 300 coins have been awarded. Constellarian Monarch of the Small Fries is satisfied and has given you 100 additional coins.
The man sat with blood counting and his mouth, and his friend said, this is too cruel.
Then DOKJA took the woman. Take me to where your GMHO group is, said DOKJA.